Aiming to alleviate the burden of student loan debt, President Barack Obama expands a program that lets borrowers pay no more than 10% of their income every month and throws his support behind more sweeping Senate legislation targeting the issue. Ebru's Leslie Spacek joins us live now from Washington, D.C. with all the details. Leslie.
Hi, Logan. Yes, today President Obama signed an executive order capping monthly payments for federal student loans at 10% of the borrower's discretionary income. Now, even though this was done through executive action, the president is now calling on Congress to push student loan reform even further.
Here's the problem. At a time when higher education has never been more important, it's also never been more expensive. I'm directing our Secretary of Education, Arne Duncan, to give more Americans who are already making their loan payments a chance to cap those payments at 10% of their income. We call it pay as you earn. We know it works because we've already offered it to millions of young people.
This action is an expansion of a 2010 law, but now an additional 5 million people with student loans will be eligible, which is good news as tuition rates continue to hike.
My school costs about $17,000 a semester, so paying that twice a year is a hefty price.
Tuition is definitely very high, for sure. I know a lot of families are struggling with it.
For prospective students at GW University, the struggle includes foregoing a top-tier education they deserve for a university that they can afford.
My son is looking at a state school in Florida, which is about $10,000, $11,000 a year. You know, like going somewhere like here is like, you know, practically my salary for the year.
While there isn't much the administration can do about record-high tuition rates, the presidential memorandum aims to make life easier for those buried in student debt before they even graduate. The next step is urging Congress to act.
Now, I've made it clear that I want to work with Congress on this issue. Unfortunately, a generation of young people can't afford to wait for Congress to get going.
And he's getting them going by urging them to pass a bill introduced by Senator Elizabeth Warren that hits the floor next week. Now, under this bill, people would be able to refinance existing student loans to meet current interest rates. However, Republicans are saying that this bill will only add dramatically to our nation's existing debt. Live in Washington, I'm Leslie Spacek for Ebru News.
All right, Leslie, thank you so much for that report.